we need to tell these stories. Of course, there's a lot of criticism out there to say we still go to these areas, we still see facets of poverty and so on and so forth. But this is a journey, and it's progressive.
Welcome to today's session. My name is Humphrey Asimwe, and I'm the Chief Executive of Uganda Chamber of Energy and Minerals, formerly Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum. It's an honor and a privilege to be with you. And with me today in this lovely studio is an amazing, magnanimous, and all that lady. Many of you I know her, but I can assure you that by the time we are done today, you will know more about Rosette. Welcome.
Thank you, Humphrey.
Tell our viewers who you are, what you do, why you do it, where you do it.
Happy to be here. Thank you for the warm welcome. So, like Humphrey says, my name is Rosette Komjisha. I currently serve as the National Content Lead for Total Energies EP Uganda and on the Tilenga project. What does that involve? It means that I am in charge of overseeing the implementation of Total Energies' national content strategy and initiatives. Including those done by our contractors, because it's fully embedded in our supply chain, and it focuses really on maximizing Ugandan participation, making sure that people are given jobs, that they are trained as they are working and they grow professionally, making sure that we use local goods and services through contracting local companies, but also building capacity through training, further skilling, supplier development, and supporting educational institutions who, are training the future workforce.
Very good.
Besides that, or before that, I'm a business management professional. I'm trained as an engineer.
Oh,
yes, I'm an electrical engineer by training. But I chose to take a path of project management, business management, because I'm more passionate about creating change, creating impact within engineering contexts.
Oh, very good. I've learned something new about you. And, as an aside, I applied for electrical engineering.
Okay.
It's a sad story. So I missed electrical engineering by 0.9 points.
Wow.
So I was given a course. I was assigned a course to go and do a course on government sponsorship, which was geology. That's how I ended up here.
And it's amazing because at our time, electrical engineering was the cream.
Yes, that's true.
So true. I'm honored to be among the people that were able to get it. So we look at you
like, hey, mama.
But right now, you geologists are the cream. I'm not saying engineering is not applicable.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
But you are a cream. And as a side note to anyone out there, you have to look at skills that are transferable.
That's very true.
And I think between you and I, we have quite a lot of transferable skills. True. And your skill is same like engineering, transferable into renewables.
Yes.
Sustainability.
No, that's very true. Actually, I remember when I was going to university, I was a bit, dejected feeling, I missed electrical engineering. But 0.9, can't they look for at least something?
Yeah.
And I remember my uncle told me, if you don't get what you like, you had better like what you get.
I'm glad you took his advice.
And I said, fine. We got to do this. But here we are 20-something years later.
Exactly.
You mentioned national content. And this is one of the success stories of the Uganda's oil and gas industry, national content. Can you just take us through what are some of those achievements that you'd say, I am really proud of this? When I get into the fields and see this, what are some of the achievements around national content in the oil and gas industry from Total's perspective that you'd want to share?
To give context, I started working for Total Energies about 6 years ago. That was before the FID. Okay. And at that time, there were early environmental studies, livelihood restoration and resettlement action plans on the ground. We're now almost 4 years since the project started, and both on the ground, but also in terms of what you see every day in our work, I can see the growth in Ugandan participation.
Very good.
I see, for example, when it comes to employment, Total Energies at the moment has over 10,500 Ugandans working on Tilenga, of which about 30% are from the community.
Okay.
That is quite significant.
Okay.
It demonstrates that there is an deliberate effort to get community members involved.
Yes.
It also demonstrates that there is need for more people, because yes, we are 10,500 now, but we're on the last mile to fast oil, like you said.
Yes.
And within 2025, on the CPF alone, Sinopec expects to mobilize more than 2,500 Ugandans.
Wow.
So hopefully by end of year, I will be sitting here and saying, look, we have almost 11,000 people working on Tilenga at peak. And it's superseded the initial estimates. We had estimated 7,000.
Wow.
So it shows that there is opportunity. This opportunity has been given to Ugandans. 90% of the workers are Ugandans.
Yes.
But there are more coming up, and we have been skilling people in the years to FID, and we are seeing that these people are now being absorbed. So I'm very proud of that.
That's very good.
Still on employment, I'm also proud of the fact that, for example, Total Energies is already expatriating Ugandans.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
We are.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, at the moment, we have about 13 Ugandans who are on international exposure.
Wow.
Some of them, and many more have been over the years, in Nigeria, in Angola, in France, but also in Asia.
From Uganda.
From Uganda.
That's good.
So it's a two-way thing. You know, Ugandans are being given the opportunity to learn on the job. But the fact that you can still be given the job, it's a competitive process. I would like everyone out there to know that it's competitive. Our fellow countrymen and women competed with people all over the world for these jobs, and they're representing us.
Wow, that's very good.
I don't have the numbers, but I also know for a fact that we have quite a number of other youths, people who were skilled in construction skills and trades, who managed to get expatriation opportunities in the Middle East. And some of them are also coming back. Our contractors are recruiting them through LinkedIn, through different international platforms to bring them onto the project.
Okay.
When it comes to suppliers, which is the passion of the Chamber of
true.
Energy and Minerals.
But before we get to suppliers, I think you've just highlighted something that we are not talking about a lot, which I think we should. The expatriates coming out of Uganda, because of the experience and the exposure that the oil and gas industry has given them in Uganda. I think that is a very commendable thing, and we need to be able to track and tell those success stories even a lot more. The Ugandans are also getting jobs, so if you have 30% are actually coming through, and these are skilled people. So I think, and eventually these are skills that can also be transferred into other places. When you look ahead, what you mentioned those that are coming with the CPF, is there any more that you're looking down the road that you can say, okay, there are these opportunities Ugandans can look out for in terms of the employment side of things?
Definitely. There is still contracting ongoing. As we go to fast oil, construction activities will intensify. There will be more subcontractors on the project, especially those who are implementing the permanent facilities in the industrial area. These subcontractors will need workers. So beyond the 2,500 from Sinopec, Sinopec subcontractors, construction companies primarily will hire more people.
That's good.
The drilling campaign continues. We've only drilled about over 100 and I think about 112 to date out of the over 400 wells. So as that campaign intensifies as well, we will have more people recruited by the drilling contractors.
That's good.
Beyond that, other support services also continue to be needed. There's a lot around consultancies on environmental and social elements.
Okay.
Like, the Tilenga project is multifaceted. The technical elements, but then there are the human and environmental elements.
Yes.
And we will continue to contract for those needs and services.
Okay.
Besides that, we have already commenced the sourcing of partners or contractors for our field operations needs. And in as much as already, for example, the Tilenga Academy is training the future maintenance and operations operators.
Yes.
The other contractors who will be providing parts, who will be providing consumables, who will be providing services, specialists and non-specialists, will need personnel.
Definitely.
So the message to everyone out there is to continue looking out for the adverts. We continue to recruit in a very fair and transparent manner.
Yes.
All jobs are advertised in all kinds of media.
Okay.
Social media, the print press, radio in communities, community notice boards.
Yes.
But also through our different key stakeholders like the PAU. I see the chamber also usually reposts whenever we post, like on X, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also the Industry Enhancement Center, where we want to make sure that everyone is aware of these jobs and applies. And I think one key message I have for everyone is to trust the process.
Trust the process.
If there's the one thing that oil and gas sector does uniquely in this country is transparency and fairness.
Yes.
Everything is free. You should not be asked to pay for a job. We partner with recruitment agencies, many of them members of the chamber, and these agencies recruit beyond oil and gas. But the one thing they've done is develop and create databases of talent. So someone out there looking for a job can proactively just put in your CV.
Proactively.
And as you continue to look on them in parallel, one of the agencies has your CV. Perhaps there is a job you may miss. You will be surprised. You will be called up. Yeah. It's the way I also got my job at Total.
Oh, really? Wow.
You just have to give it a chance.
It works.
It works.
So you proactively woke up, said, you know what, I'm going to go to these recruitment firms. I'm going to let them know I'm here, I'm available, I'm trained, I have the attitude, I have the willingness to work. If an opportunity comes, take me on.
Take me on, give me a chance.
And 6 years down the road, here we are.
Here I am.
Wow. Very good.
So trust the process.
You mentioned something about community, but before we come back to community, let's go to the whole suppliers. That the tomatoes that the Total camps are consuming, where are they coming from? The whatever other services. How are Ugandan companies tapping into those opportunities? And are those opportunities there? Of course, later on, we'll talk about the lessons, because definitely there are lessons. Yeah. So, but tell us about the services and around local content.
Oh, yes. So, broadly, when it comes to Ugandan goods and services, to date, the Tilenga project has, spent about $720 million.
Wow.
That's at a national level.
Wow.
Yes, quite good. What I'm proud of is that 30 million of this is from local community.
Wow.
Yeah.
The community around the oil
project,
and gas region.
Yes. And how we've mapped this, we identified 6 districts in which our infrastructure is being implemented, but also which are in proximity. Yes. And these are primarily Nuoya and Buisa. And then the secondary districts are Pakwach, Hoima, Chikube, and Masindi. So when I talk about community, think about these districts, right? What is being gotten from community? And you started with the fact that agro-produce is the obvious. Yes. So the low-hanging fruit there was agro-produce. And so many interventions are ongoing through Total Energies, but also with our contractors to enhance the knowledge or the agricultural practices of the farmers there.
So you're doing extension work.
Exactly.
Wow.
Of course, we supplement, we complement what government is doing.
Already doing, yes.
But where we come in is to make them able to produce to the standards we require.
Very important.
Very,
Those
very
standards,
important.
yes.
But also beyond supplying to us, because we are only 10,500 people, the population in those districts is much bigger. So the market actually is bigger for them.
Yeah.
So we do both the training on the fundamentals, but also we train them on how to grow their markets.
Yeah.
So for example, like project affected people do get agricultural support. Beyond that, we have a social program, agricultural initiatives, that is supporting farmers beyond the project affected people.
Yes.
MSL and GCC, who are our account management contractors right now, do outreaches. They do extension work. They identify farmers who have approached them through the different workshops, visit their gardens, inspect their food, guide them how to do packaging, how to do any value addition, and so on and so forth. But they also connect them to other aggregators who come into the valley to take food out into markets in other regions in Uganda. And how that has helped us is, yes, we're able to get the food from community.
From the community.
A lot of it is horticultural.
Okay.
Farmers have also been trained on growing the right food. A lot of what farmers in Bulisa were growing was cassava.
Cassava, yes.
How much cassava can you eat in a week, Humphrey?
That is a very tight paper. but, so you're helping them to, diversify also into other. That's interesting.
So growing cassava, which has limited market, limited consumption, versus growing a tomato, which goes into a salad, into juice, into sauce.
Wow.
You're going to get more volume taken and that sort of thing. So the farmers are learning to grow value-adding foods. Yeah. Foods that actually make money for them.
That's good.
Beyond that, MSL has set up a collection center. It's right next to our Bugungu camp. And 3 days a week, the farmers bring their food, because that was one of the gaps where the farmers said, look, how do we bring our food to you? Yeah. So some of them who are close by are able to bring it to the collection center. Okay. It's inspected. If it is to the standard, to the hygiene, the safety requirements, it's taken. And given that they are already engaged in the farms, the rates of rejection are almost non-existent.
That's true. This is fresh produce.
Fresh produce. I've been there. The best thing for me out of Bulisa personally is watermelon.
The real Ugandan.
I promise you, every time I go to site, I come back with like 3 watermelons. They're big, they're juicy, they're delicious.
Wow. From the community.
From the community.
So you are giving the community a hand up.
We are. What we understood is we needed to understand what the issues were. Yes. But we also needed to adapt the way we work. Okay. While still maintaining safety. Yes. Because when it comes to food, safety is important. So putting up the collection center, hand-holding them on the farms, even adapting the menu.
Oh, yes.
The menu is adapted. When you, I think,
have you been to a camp? Cassava the whole. Yes, I have.
Exactly.
Yes, I have.
We have different. The Total Energies, the Tilenga project currently has over 40 nationalities working on it. So we have to also be accommodative
of the different.
So there are different serving stations and different cuisines, and the local cuisine as well as the others are adapted to what is in season. If oranges are in season, people are enjoying orange juice. If watermelons are in season, people are enjoying watermelon juice. Cassava is included on the menu, and so on and so forth.
I mean, that's something to be really proud of. Yeah. I have had the privilege of looking at certain projects in other parts of Africa.
Oh, yes.
Where there is a massive oil and gas project in a community, but the people surrounding or the community in which this project is found, it's as if they are in totally 2 different, eras. One is up there, the other is just, lost. But
these projects have been running for a long time.
They've been running for a long time. I don't want to mention names for security reasons, but I think the key thing here that I'm hearing is giving that community a hand up. And you mentioned something very important, that they are not only supplying the oil and gas camps, but they are also supplying other markets.
That's correct. That's correct.
So they are also they are making money. You've helped them. You've brought them to a place where they are able to earn from. Are you quantifying these things? Are you able to, can we tell those stories? Can we get those people be able to see and tell the world that, look, these are the success stories that we want to be on the headlines?
Definitely. We do have a few who have come forward. Mm-hmm. I think you've seen some of the videos going around.
Yes,
There's a lady, for example, who is a beekeeper. She's a project-affected person. She makes amazing honey. Her bees make amazing honey. She's not the one making it, but the bees make it. Yeah. And she's doing really well, and many more. And I agree with you. We need to tell these stories. Of course, there's a lot of criticism out there to say we still go to these areas, we still see facets of poverty and so on and so forth. But this is a journey, and it's progressive.
Yes.
I think anyone who has been to the Albertine Valley over the last, let's say, at least 10 years, can see a fundamental difference from the infrastructure that government has put to open up the valley to the rest of the country, road access, to the ability of the people there to set up good infrastructure. Yeah. Some of the other services beyond agro-produce that we're getting from community include real estate.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Offices are being rented.
Wow, that's good.
Accommodation. Not everybody stays in the camp. Some of our contractors have people that are there short term, but also are able to take on lodges, on houses, and so on and so forth. Banks have set up offices. Yes. So there's a gradual development happening. I won't call it gentrification yet, but there's a gradual development happening in Bulisa. Yeah. When I first went there, I couldn't, and you would stay in a hotel. I first stayed in a hotel because I wanted to experience community. And early morning, you couldn't have breakfast because you're leaving by 7 to go and do different excursions.
That is when they are opening the kitchen.
There's no Rolex stand. Everyone is still sleeping. Yes. And this is feedback we give them. And I'm happy that they are adapting it. Yes. They're adapting it, and they're able to grow. And I think that's the lesson, that we have to continue in that spirit.
No, we do. And for us as a chamber where we sit, we are saying, how can we get these stories and see them replicated in other industries? We're talking about mining that we have interest in and our members have interest in. We're talking about in the energy sector, in renewables and where we have massive projects to be able to see how does the community benefit directly from these projects. So we've talked about the human resource component. We've talked about the community and especially how they are providing goods and some services. I believe you have some people who are, because whenever I've been there, I've met people who speak the local language.
Yes,
and they are working in. I've met drivers. I've met who actually speak the local language, and it seems there was a deliberate effort to pick some portion of the drivers from within the community, train them, and then be able to bring them into the project, and so that they participate and they earn from it.
Actually, for every job we do affirmative action for host communities. We prioritize them. Casual jobs are mandatory. All casual laborers come from host communities. Recruited through ballot process. Very open, very transparent with the local leaders.
With the local leaders.
Yes. Only when we've exhausted can we defend and say, okay, we'll go to the next village. We'll go to the next village, like that. It is to that granularity, village level.
That's a good one.
So that's why you see a lot of people that speak the language.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think I need to mention that even on the skilling side of things, we needed to make sure that we had semi-skilled people, artisans, tradesmen, who could, come from the community. So when we started our skilling programs in 2018, we prioritized those guys. You find that over 60% of the people we've skilled, and we've skilled over 1,600 to date.
Wow.
They are from those 6 districts.
And these are semi-skilled people. I mean,
These are semi-skilled
the level of education is not, you're not talking about a university degree,
No.
but you're talking about somebody who has grown up and is in this community, but here he is, you've been able to skill them and plug them into the project.
Exactly. Certified
1,000
to international standards.
Wow.
So welders, scaffolders, people that are working in erecting and rigging for construction, people that are doing fabrication. It's heavy goods vehicle drivers. It's really a vast database of different people.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Yeah. And then maybe for suppliers, you might be thinking, okay, so you skilled people, but how do local businesses grow?
Yes, that's it. That's what I was going to ask. But yes.
We kind of understood that initially we've now put in place initiatives to get the low-hanging fruits.
Yes.
On agricultural produce, but we needed to get community suppliers to provide more than that. Labor, agricultural, what more can they do? So we have a community supplier development program that we are running in the 6 districts through our partner E360. This program started in 2021, and this year we've resumed or we've refreshed it for 3 more years.
Yes.
And what they're doing, they initially first did a baseline assessment to know what these community suppliers can do, where there are gaps. And then we designed a program that addresses those gaps at different levels. Entry-level people, because the notion of business also does not exist extensively in the community. So helping people know that they can go beyond their day-to-day requirements and become business people, helping them formalize in partnership with the different government agencies and the district leaders, then helping them develop the businesses through BDS, business development training, but also giving them info. Giving them info about what oil and gas needs, interfacing them with our contractors. I have seen success stories where people from Masindi get to meet suppliers from Hoima. And they do business together. Hotels in Hoima, business to business interactions. Exactly. It's not only benefiting us, but it's benefiting the different districts. Yes,
those are very important linkages.
Exactly.
And if you're able to say, look, I've helped this farmer. Yes, initially we are getting produce from them, but then also they are now doing business with someone else who is also earning, and they are, that hand up. I think that is something worth celebrating.
But it's beyond farmers, Humphrey. Because this program, for clarity, does not address farmers.
Yes.
Farmers have a different agricultural support program. This program is on other lines of business.
Really?
So I'll give an example. We used to take events management companies. From Kampala to go to the valley. Now we don't.
You've built that capacity there.
We build that capacity. Every time Total Energies has an event, up country, we are using local suppliers there, and they're doing it to the same quality or even better sometimes than we see here in Kampala.
Wow,
so
that's a good one.
It's amazing. For me, I would want to see these businesses thrive. I would also want to see these suppliers grow into areas that are maybe also needed for field operations, which are for the longer term. Like you said, we are going to be there for at least 20 years. How do we show gradual growth in the well-being and, overall development of the area? Yes.
No, that's a good one. That's a very important one. So you've been at this, you've been agitating for national content. You've been spearheading local or community content or community engagement. You're a Ugandan, right?
I am. I am. My passport says I am.
And your parents told you the same?
Yes, they did.
I trust them. Forget that, yes, you're from here.
Yeah.
But working with an international firm like Total, which is very many people's dream and wish, and saying, hey, I wish, okay, I believe has taught you a number of things.
Correct.
Could you kindly speak to us, especially in light of being a Ugandan, working with Total Energies for all these years, doing a fabulous job, and what you see in Ugandan companies, the potential pitfalls, for example, that they are getting into, that they are falling into, the challenges that you're seeing with Ugandan companies, which you'd say, you know what, if we can fix these, we can get more Ugandan companies doing business with such international firms. It's not rocket science. What are some of those areas that you think these are some things that are key with Ugandan companies, but let's see how to sort, if we can sort them?
That's true. I mean, like I said earlier, before I get into that, we must acknowledge that we have a good level of Ugandan companies participating.
Yes, very true.
And primarily in the non-specialist areas, things like professional services, security, medical, legal, accounting, things like accommodation, hospitality, manpower services, and so on and so forth. And we are happy with that. I think that, for me, was a testament to our existing competence as a country. And we should be proud of that as Ugandans, that we already had these competencies. Areas that still need us a bit of improvement, and these are the high-value areas in oil and gas, in the specialist areas. We do have the construction companies, we do have people providing a few specialist requirements, like for the drilling contractors, and so on and so forth.
Ugandan companies. Those specialist areas,
construction, civil works, engineering, lifting services for oil and gas, quality control, inspection, and so on and so forth. But if we are to enter the next level, if we are to elevate ourselves as Ugandan companies, we need to get companies involved in more specialized areas.
All right.
So field operations, for example, is the next frontier, of which I said we've already started contracting. And the kinds of companies we need there, or the kinds of specialized services needed there, are around facilities maintenance. So you have your inspections, specialized inspections, your anti-corrosion, you have your anything related to enhanced oil recovery and well interventions. This is an area that we need to get local companies involved. Now, because of the context that there may be lack of experience, but there could be fundamental skills, personnel, and knowledge of the market. The best, or some of the best case scenarios, is to form joint ventures. And those joint ventures can be together as Ugandan companies, but are most probably going to be with experienced international companies. Akin to Total Energies, I would say. So how do local companies make sure that they can do business with international companies in joint ventures? The first thing is to be very professional about it. Like I said earlier, everything in oil and gas is by the book. Trust the process. Don't think there's shortcuts or anything.
Some may be used to, but here, no.
And I think, in my opinion, the steps to being professional about it are to, first of all, have your company in check. Be clear on what you do. Many of our suppliers are dipping their hands in different areas. Try and specialize in an area that you have the right competences and ability to do. Have your books in place, in order. Have, of course, good organizational structures. And a lot of this you can achieve if you have been assessed, coached, trained, and you're implementing ISO systems. Because that will guide you. So once you have your company ready, I would say investor ready, then you now network. Network with these people, with these international companies, but also be able to do the necessary steps around due diligence and making sure that you are identifying credible partners. So you've made yourself credible, but make sure that you're able to identify a credible
partners that you can work with.
And in all this, it may seem complex, but there is a support system out there to help you do that.
In this process,
exactly. we have the Industry Enhancement Center, which is the Supplier Development Initiative. And
Yes.
part of what they are doing, and thank you, we are happy to be in an MOU with
MOU,
the
yes,
Chamber of
with the
Energy and
Chamber.
Minerals. And one of the things we are going to jointly achieve
Yep.
is to train companies into how they can prepare and also guide them and help them form JVs.
That's true.
But I think beyond that, there are professional services out there that are focused on this. The legal firms support with formalization, all the agreements, and so on and so forth. So, in a nutshell, to be able to work with international companies, either as a contractor or in a joint venture, you just need to be able to communicate clearly what you're doing, get the paperwork and everything
Very
in place,
important.
have all your resources in place, but also have the right personnel and systems in place. Because one of the challenges we've observed in contract execution is Ugandan companies or local companies have been focusing a lot on winning bids. But that is not the whole story.
No.
For you to be a successful contractor in oil and gas, you need to win the bid. You need to implement you need to close. Like the keynote speaker said yesterday, finish what you started. I liked that statement.
Don't stop it halfway.
Exactly.
I think there's a very, very important information right there about Ugandan companies and what they need to do, the basics that need to happen. This conversation can go on till the cows come home. But I know, Rosette, your time is precious and we need to get this going. I have one last question. And this question is about you as Rosette. What gets you going in this whole process? There's a lot of innovation that needs to come, the sitting down, thinking, conceptualizing. You need to have a motivation to do that. What motivates you?
Yeah, I think earlier on as a young lady, I was as ambitious as everyone out there. I did work a bit here, but I was, I was fortunate to go abroad. So a good part of my career has been as an expatriate. And I did enjoy it because I did what I liked, organizing, planning, implementing. And I reached a point and I tried to think back to my values as an individual. What am I trying to achieve in this life? What legacy do I leave?
Very important.
And for me, I'm passionate about change. And I thought I need to create change back home. And the oil and gas projects were starting. And I started to think, okay, how can I be part of it? So when I got the opportunity to be part of local content, and when I thought about what this ultimately results in, it may not be visible to everyone, but I believe that everything I do impacts someone. And the chance I get to interact with the people who are being impacted and get feedback from them, both constructive and positive, it gives me that joy. So I'm more or less driven by the fact that my work creates change. And I love to create
and when
positive
you see that,
change.
When you see that change in the lives of the people that's priceless.
It is priceless. It is.
Wow. Great. Rosette, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing these insights. Thank you so much for the work that you continue to do with the communities, with the country, even as the national content lead. As the Chamber of Energy and Minerals, we represent private sector member players, and we are committed to being part and parcel. At the very beginning, when there was issues of, we don't have the certification, we went and got the certification. We went, did the training, invested in it, put the systems in place, got the ISO certification, got the experience that was necessary. Why? Because we do not want this to pass any Ugandan company that has the ability and the willingness. We didn't want it to pass us by. And companies are reaping. And we want to thank you for being there for you're in Total and you're looking out and you're saying, look, we are committed to serving Ugandan companies, but the Ugandan companies have got to step up. And we are going to continue this journey. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. And we wish you a beautiful day.
Thank you as well.
Thank you.
Uganda Chamber of Energy and Minerals, for a sustainable future.